Alrighty, we're going to go through the process here of booking a LeadShop workshop campaign. So if you're looking to do seminars or workshops, then this is going to be the tutorial for how you go through that process. The first thing that you need to know about booking a workshop with LeadShop is that you need to make sure that you have a subscription, a plan. So you got the starter plan, the standard plan, the enterprise plan. You may have other plans that are offered through some of our partner companies. But for what's available here on the website, you got the starter plan and standard plan and enterprise. So with these plans, you can submit workshop requests for us to fill those orders. And when we receive those orders, we're going to go ahead and set up a marketing campaign to try to attract leads to show up to an event for you. Now, if you have the starter plan, then this is a kind of a pay per campaign option. And so what that means is that if you have a workshop coming up, then you are going to pay a marketing fee as well as the ad buy. The marketing fee is what goes into us setting up the campaign for you and managing that campaign. And then the ad buy is a pass through to the digital marketing service. So if you have the starter plan, which is that 99 plan, then you're going to pay per campaign. You're going to pay for each one of these units as far as 400 plus 3,000, 400 plus 6,000, and 1,900 there. Now, a couple things with that. If you happen to have the standard plan, then the marketing fee is waived for up to 4 campaigns. So that means that you can get up to 4 campaigns. You don't need to pay that marketing service. You'd still pay the ad buy. But that $10.99 a month includes up to 4 marketing services as well as your subscription plan. So that would be your CRM side of things. So you get the CRM and then you get marketing services covered for up to 4 workshops. I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, feel free to book a call with us on the website under contact. Just go to book a call. But we're going to get into the workshop marketing and some things to look at as far as submitting a campaign over to us so that we could fulfill the order. I just wanted to cover some of that initial explanation as far as what plan will get you what and all of that. So when you're ready to submit a workshop, you just click on get started. But we'll break down the website here just a little bit because there's some really valuable information that a lot of people look past, and there is a reason why we have it on the site so that you can use it as kind of a checklist and a process and a reminder. So the first thing you want to make sure you do is that when you're ready to have a workshop event, that you call a venue. You've got a community center, a library, what have you, scheduled. When you have that scheduled and you've got a date picked out, that's when you submit a workshop request over to us so that our team can fulfill the request. From there, we're going to run your campaign. And once your campaign is completed, we're going to send a guest list to you. You'll also get the leads in real time through your phone as well as to your CRM. We're going to be transferring those in real time. And then after you have those leads, we recommend that you call your guests. We don't take care of the calling, but we do other touch points with email and text messages. And then after you've called them, which we recommend that you call them about 3 days before the event, it's really up to you. But that call serves as a way to gauge how many people are going to be showing up. And you can always ask questions like, hey, what are you interested in with this workshop? What would you like to learn? And ask those kind of questions. And then after you've called them, you have an idea of who's going to be showing up. So then you go to your event and then you present at your workshop. So that's a kind of a very simple overview of the process. And then for workshop locations, if you're trying to figure out where to book a workshop, these are some recommended locations here. So you can go through that. And then the last thing here would be to look at your checklist. So you've got you're going through this process of trying to find a location. You're trying to figure out who you want as far as audience and all that stuff. These are very helpful to read through. They're a great reminder. Check it out. One thing that people need to be aware of is that you want to hold it at a neutral site. So you don't want to have your workshop event at like an office, at your company office. in your conference room or something like that. You want to have it in kind of like a library or community center, a place where there is one more open seating, but also where it doesn't feel like it's going to be a sales pitch or that they're being invited directly to be sold something. So yeah, just be aware of that, but go through this checklist. And once you've done that, then you are set and ready to order your campaign. So the way this works is that there are different types of campaigns: the 1 event, 2 event, and 4 event campaign. So a 1 event campaign is where you just have one location at one time is when you're presenting. You're only presenting once at that place. So if you're going to do like a Tuesday at 3 p.m. or a Wednesday at 6 p.m. or something like that, it's just one time. That's your 1 event campaign. A 2 event campaign is where there's going to be 2 times where you're presenting at a given location, same location, within that 7-day period. So you have maybe a Tuesday 3 p.m. workshop, and then you're doing a Wednesday at 3 p.m. They can be on the same day, so you could do like a Tuesday 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Maybe you want to do a Tuesday at 3 p.m. and then Thursday at 6 p.m. or Tuesday at 3 p.m. and Thursday at 3 p.m. So you can pick what times you want. 3 p.m., 6 p.m. Those are all good times. And then 4 event, of course, is where you have maybe two different times in a day, and then the next day you have another 2 times that you're offering. So it's about $1,500 ad buy, as you can see there, for each event to make sure that we could get a reasonable size room filled. And we see room sizes anywhere from 30 seats to 80 seats. And with that 1,500, we're doing our best to try to stretch it as much as we can to make sure we get all those seats filled. So yeah, you can see there you got 4 client touch points. When they do register for an event, they get emails, they get text messages. The week before, same thing, and then the day before, and then the day of. So there's multiple touch points through the messaging channels, and that's why we encourage you to do some phone calls just to make sure that they're going to be coming out to the workshop. And then it says here again, standard plan users, we waive that $400 fee. So those are a few things to note as far as selecting locations, the checklist, what type of campaign that you can do. If you have any questions about campaigns, just reach out to our email or book a call with us. But once you're ready, you've got your location figured out, you know how many days you're going to be doing it, and you're ready to start running the campaign. We need 28 days before your event to start running the campaign. We won't do it with less. So if you submit less than 28 days, then we'll decline the campaign. You need to make sure that you've got everything lined up in time, because we want to be able to deliver good results. And so if you haven't done your part in scheduling things at an appropriate time, then you may rush into it, and then next thing we're running a campaign in 2 weeks trying to fill the room for you, and then you're disappointed in our services. So that's why we set that 28-day minimum. You can always submit more than that. Some people like to schedule their events out like 3 months. So it's great to be proactive in that, take advantage of that, and have that peace of mind that your events are taken care of and ready to go. And when you're ready, you just select, and then you go through here, fill out your payment details. And once your payment details are submitted, you'll be taken to a page here that I'll direct myself over to for the sake of the demo. So if you selected like a 1-event campaign, then you're going to be taken now to this form. You'll be taken to a form for the 2-event and then for the 4-event campaigns. So when you go through this form, make sure you fill out everything. Make sure you fill out what company you're representing, your name, your email, your phone. So we'll just go through and do this. And when you fill this out, it's good to put down the phone number that you want your leads directed to. So that's where we're going to send notifications. Additional contact email is optional, but maybe you have someone that you want to be on the list as well. So what's your name or topic of event? So are you doing like an estate planning workshop, a Medicare workshop? You could just do like estate planning. Workshop type. Okay, now we're into the location information. So name of the location. So um, let's do Lincoln Senior Center. I can't type. Okay, workshop event address. This is where you need the full address. So you need everything from the street, Lincoln Street, Lincoln, Nebraska, 8943. Yeah. So make sure you fill out that whole thing there. Don't just give us the street, like give us everything. If there's a room, the Washington room, and then select that date. So we did pick a one event campaign, so we're just going to be putting in one time. So if we look at today, today is 20th, we are going to go down to July. And the soonest that we would be able to put that in is like the 18th or the 20th. Make sure you're 28 days out. And so 25th is good. And then we'll go ahead and put down 3 o'clock. Now, on that 3 o'clock, it is a great time because especially if you're doing like a senior center or you're doing some sort of library event, then you're not going to be offering a meal in those instances. And so think about it. You are getting off of work or you're retired and you don't want to miss dinner. So you have to make a choice. Are you going to have an early or a late dinner in order to make it to this workshop, or are you just not going to go to the workshop? And so we see that when people do workshops at 6 p.m. or in that evening time, when people would normally be having dinner and the workshop isn't providing a meal, then people are going to often opt for their meal and they're not going to sign up for your workshop. So you need to offer it at a time that's earlier. And that's where we see 3 p.m. do pretty good because people don't want to skip that meal. Maybe there would be people that are willing and they're so gung ho, but you can really increase your chances by offering a 3 p.m., getting more people there. We've tested both times and we found 3 p.m. proves to be more successful. All right. So now we do our maximum of attendees. This is the room size there that a library or community center might allow us to have. If there's directions, we need to input those like use normal parking lot or park on street. Are you providing a meal? No. If you are providing a meal, then you need to tell us what meal is going to be provided. You need to have those options figured out before submitting this form over. And so, what do those meal options look like? Put those into the notes. Target demographic, totally up to you how you want to do that, who you're wanting to meet with, but there you go. You just select those. And then please include up to 5 local zip codes, but you can include more. So this is great to just go 6, something like this. Just write those in. And again, you can have, I wouldn't do more than 10, like that would be quite a bit, but you could do anywhere from like 5 to 8. That'd be a good amount that we could run within your area. If you're doing a bigger city, then the more zip codes you're adding, the bigger of an area it is, and you got to think about traffic. Do people really want to drive through that kind of traffic just to get to your workshop? Or is it better to concentrate the campaign in a smaller area where people are most likely to show up? So think about that because that could affect your attendance. Audience inclusions, exclusions. If there's kind of a certain demographic of people that you're hoping for, like 80,000 plus income, if there's any notes like that, if there's not, like it's best to just put not available, but we do have this option there in case you want to fill something out. With the digital marketing platforms, you don't always get what you want when it comes to inclusions and exclusions, just because some of the best marketing comes from just letting the campaign target those that are behaviorally most likely to engage with it. And oftentimes those digital marketing platforms don't like to see discrimination. If you're not including people, if you're excluding people, then they've really tightened up on their filters so as to not like discriminate or be too selective. So just note that you can put NA, and then if there's any other additional notes, then you could add those too. Um, in this case, I'm just going to put NA, and then I'm going to submit it. So I've paid, I've gone on the website, I've paid, I've filled out the form. I'm going to get a confirmation, and then if from there, our team is going to go through and fill the campaign. So we're going to start the ads 30 days before, 28 to 38 days before your event. And then once that is running and started, you're going to start seeing text messages come through, and your leads are going to start coming through. So you'll get leads transferring here right into your account. They're going to be available for you. You'll get those text messages. It's going to show like the name of the guest and the number of tickets. It's going to show that information and what campaign it is. And then you'll also see here, like you can create a smart list with those leads so that you can keep track of those leads. And each of the leads is going to have a tag added to it for what campaign it is. So it might be like July 18th, Lincoln Senior Center. And so then you could create a smart list using the tags. Search tag is, you know, July 16th Senior Center. And then that will pop up, and then you can make that smart list to keep track of all of your people. And there's another tutorial on how to create smart lists on our YouTube channel. So you get the leads coming in through your phone. You're going to get the leads coming in to your system there. And then you'll also get a CSV file about 3 days, like 3 to 5 days prior to your event, so that you can go through that CSV list and call people, print it off, take it to the library, whatever it is. You can download your list as well here, like select the attendees and then click on export, and then it'll export a copy for you too. And so we do that for you, but if you ever want to do that yourself, then that's how you do it. And there is another tutorial on that, on importing and exporting leads. So there you have it. We went through, we looked at a few things on the website as far as the checklists go. Make sure you just follow this process and then select your campaign. Once you select it, you'll be taken to that form. Fill out the form. Make sure you do that very thoroughly so we got everything on our end that you want us to include and exclude. And then once this form is submitted and the payment's through, then we'll start working on the campaign. You'll start seeing those leads flow into your CRM. You'll start seeing them hit your phone. Call them when you feel is best. We recommend, 3 to 5 days prior to the event. We're going to send you that CSV list right before the event. And then it's game time. You go out there and you present, and hopefully you're able to have some success with booking appointments. But we're going to do our best to fill the seats. If your campaign goes really well, let us know. Either way, we would love to know how many people showed up to your event so that we can keep track of that for your area and be able to work it out with you as far as experimenting. Like, okay, let's do this next time. Or, if you want to try out other things, then we can give recommendations. But if we don't have those numbers, if you haven't kept track of how many people actually showed up and how many appointments you booked out of that, then we can't really help you with creating some good plans moving forward. So make sure you send us that data. You can email it to us at info@leadshop.org after your event. It's really helpful to receive that. And then from there, book another workshop and we'll see what we can do. Sometimes right off the gate, we're able to fill the room. Sometimes we get a little less attendees. It really, really depends on your area and what you're trying to accomplish and what type of workshop that you're doing. So keep all of that in mind. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to go to contact, book a call, and we can go through that with you and try to create some sort of strategy. But hopefully that gives you a really nice overview of the workshop campaign process and how it all works. If you have any questions, please let us know.